Is it the right link? Yes. A Ghosty or Kira. Okay. I was looking for a... Oh, wait, I need to remove the night file, the night song file. But I was like looking for, man, is there a title, like on-screen song player? And I'm like, wait a second, you can just window capture and crop where what? And I've done that on Spotify too. I don't know why I didn't think of that sooner. You can just literally window capture your shit. Okay. What's up, Igor? There we go. Oh. Toby Frigor. He didn't. He's writhing, locked up in with his straitjacket. Oh, why isn't the... Where the shit... Why did that... Why did it disappear? When did it disappear? Okay. I guess I minimized it instead of have it layered behind OBS. And yeah, the no board... I'm having to compact a lot of stuff on the scene, but the middle of the keyboard was definitely dead space, so no board can creep into that. Welcome back, Endo. Okay. What's the move? Is this more practice or actual attempts? It's practice on the attacks. I'm gonna try to be more serious about it, which I know is like lame and boring on this content, but if I'm gonna play, I'm probably gonna stream. I almost didn't, and then I got a burst of energy, and I'm like, you know what? Just do it. If I really, really don't feel like it, it's mainly because of exhaustion, but this vitamin water has trace amounts of caffeine in it, and if I get some big sips of water, I think I should be good. You're almost done? Full Hall of Guards Radiant? Let's go. Absolute Radiance left. Best of luck. That was definitely the hardest for me. Pure Vessel gets surprisingly consistent is what I found, but maybe it's not so surprising after the fact. It's just hard to react to before you know the correct reactions, which I mean, same could be said for a lot of bosses, but it's particularly difficult to react to boss at first. But Radiance is also like that, and the scenarios it can present are more numerous and require different fast or like quick thinking solutions potentially. Hollow Knight is a very enjoyable video game if you don't force it. Yeah, Markoth Radiant is infamous. It's definitely one of the fights where you just cannot do extra damage. The extra damage you do is eventually once you get all your spells in order and he's in a good spot. Whoa. Really?
Welcome to Hardcore Heaven.
Just kidding, it's joke music. Half joke music. What is that? No hesitation, nail the tight gaps. Simply do it. Okay, let me read for a moment. Telefrag so many times. No, yeah, you have to like get meta awareness about that in order to avoid it altogether. No, for sure. It crossed the wires for me, Endo. I wanted, like, you might have heard me say it before, but playing Hollow Knight, I just wanted to deal damage, like, every possible second. To the point of, like, I'm taking extra damage because I'm trying to damage deal for too long. If I were to do Silksong, I would definitely, I think, go for no hit. I did not take advantage of the wave on Silksong though. Deltarune has like fully captured me even back when it came out, or when Silksong came out. Like I was entrenched in my playthrough, just did not have the motivation or willpower to want to do anything big with it in the end. Later, I don't know. I need to like reframe my mentality around like having fun with challenges, because at first I had like such big ambitions years before Silksong came out, and then by the time it actualized, that energy wasn't quite real anymore. I don't know if I incremented the turn count, but who cares? I keep saying I need to like be more conscious as I'm doing that, and then just I'm not. Whoops. No hitting all into the Gungeon bosses. Ooh. I did enjoy my very brief time with that game. I always feel like I need to justify why I didn't stick with something, but I stick with very few things. The stars need to align to like literally to have me be captured by a game fully long term. Oh, you got the... Oh, shit, what's the... Why can't I remember what the flower is called? It's like Everbloom or something like that? I actually don't know. I don't think that's right. Pale flower. Is it just pale flower? In any case. That is cool that you got it. And yes, it will make a difference. Made it to Markov, second attempt, made it to abs. Oh, wow. Got to phase 2. I hope you can, yeah, I hope next time's the time. That's pretty good. Okay, yeah, that was pushing it. You need to be like upright, 1 frame each respectively. Yeah, phase 2 is definitely the problem. That also benefits from patience. You don't have to be, but the less you are, you're gonna have to like greatly skill level. I would definitely compromise some patience for phase 2. Handling. Now you're not already using Shaman Stone, that would certainly help. I think I just pressed phase 1 by accident. Actually, maybe not. Maybe. I think it was. There was places to go. I was not looking above or below. Oh, you use nail arts. I never got on the steady body wave. I think low-key because I thought I would eventually be doing all bindings, which I would have to. I just knew I didn't end up actually doing that ever, but if I were to, that would mean I'd have to unlearn the the stiffness when I hit, and I just didn't want to. But nail arts, I definitely just underused. If you're making use of all that stuff and you really like your nail, you can go for it. But you would be blown away. It sounds like you might not have utilized spells so much across the game, but you don't have to. But they can wreck a lot more than the nail can, just in all cases, pretty much. But you can handle everything nail only, and it can feel satisfying. Like, it forces you to actually, like, move intelligently more, I would say. But spells melt, they just do. I ignored them for, like, half my playthrough, big time, but I started... When I was fighting bosses, like, I would have consistent, like, pocket timings, or I would, if I had soul, cast a certain spell. You just gotta, like, I don't know, look for nice, vulnerable situations. You don't have to, like, spam them, but I just looked out for, like, good situations to get the most out of them, or, like, the safest, or what have you. Oh, nail arts for Markoth and No Eyes. That is fair, actually. Maybe there's some bosses that, like, I intentionally saved max soul before because they were, like, easy right before a hard boss. Don't know if I did that with... You can... In the Pantheon, you have the luxury of that as well. And, like, the springs intermittently. What am I feel like I used to be better at this. Have to settle there. Yeah, you have to just be good at the small gaps. I was saying it yesterday that I just need to settle for small gaps a lot of the time. In the past, I used to just naturally do it, but now I'm like trying to be more mindful and aim for the big gaps, but they're kind of too far away sometimes, or I just am not looking at my full spectrum of options, so I'm just missing it sometimes. I think you do no hit before all bindings. That's pretty based. I kind of wasn't allured ultimately by all bindings. I know that, like, as someone who hasn't completed it with all bindings, it sounds copish for me to say, but I'm kind of with you. No hit is more alluring than just clear with all bindings. Focus up, bucko. I need to expect a shit pattern every single time. I think if you stay still for just a beat longer, it's always like an easy gap. I have felt this before, and I thought I disproved it, but I think if you start moving too early, it actually is harder, and the gaps are worse? Is this true? If I wait to press right for just the right moment, will there always just be a straight line gap, more or less? I couldn't quite put my finger on it, and it doesn't seem like it should be right, but I think I'm kind of right. Because, like, I swear, like, with what's been happening, it hasn't... It's been a while since it felt like I had such little time to dodge, but ironically, waiting longer seems to give more time and space on average. I'm kind of just rephrasing myself, but... See if real, wow. See if real dawn. Doing nothing does something. True. Just that theme was set in chapter 3 with the second zapper, or rather with the zapper after board 2. The knight performing this in the bunker. The laughing is fucking ERAM, if real character or friend. Without lifeblood. Damn. You want no help. Purist gamer, did you do Path of Pain? With no charms? For some reason that was my moment of unneeded challenge on my first playthrough. Thanks, Neon. Deep focus and growth stalling, completely fair. I definitely had the platformer ego running. Or platformist. Now that sounds like a cringe term, even though it may be like more distinctive. Did I just increment twice? Maybe. All right. Oh yeah, I could have actually made farther. on. So, given I've, well, hold on, let's not just take damage. But I don't want to ignore chat completely. Descending Dark, yeah, I underutilized the crap out of that, even though that's just like, yeah, the iframes. I became an Abyss Streak enjoyer for sure, just because of the damage potential. Undyne is either having the time of her life or desperately trying to survive. I can only wonder what's going on there. Like in reality, or whatever, fictional reality. Yeah, like doing binding stuff right after marathoning everything else already is just a lot to even want to do for very little acknowledgement by the game. Thanks, Indran. Crack theory, the whole town is pulling a social experiment on the soul. Everybody knows, and there actually are all actors in the fictional universe. No, worst theory. Worst to get them out of here. The only reason I had that thought is because, like, what if it was all an act and Undyne does know? Now it's a staged event. Because I mean, she had a code to the bunker, but no fucking way. Darman Rune? What is that? The name of something with that, like a similar plot to that? Trying to do minimal movement shenanigans. Oh, it's so cringe. It's alright, Endo. I don't know if other people know. I certainly don't know what it is, unfortunately. Are gonna full focus this streak to hopefully not end in 5 turns. And I need to remember my idea. See if it holds up. We know there's more of Tenna, at least if you keep him in Castletown. Do you have to sacrifice more Tenna for his happiness, though? Would be kind of messed up, but kind of makes sense. Hey, Puff. Keep napping with the game open. I don't know if I have any comment about idle hours. I feel like I haven't had many idle hours in games, but I've definitely kept games open in the background at least for like an hour or two here and there. Okay, I said focus on this streak. Let me really try. Oh, thanks. Thank you. I thought I was getting a little cluttered. I like the no board overlapping the keyboard cam though, in a way. It's a dead space anyways. Yeah, if you tried to do a max percent playthrough, that might take a while, Puff. And you would want to, oh my god, would you want to play for hours on end? It's a cognito hazard. I don't know if that's the right use of the phrase, but like, I mean that in the sense that it's like, for certain gamers, just like instant addiction. Oh, we already played. I think I actually knew that already and just forgot. What? Where are the eyeballs eyeballing? I'm gonna turn the music down a bit. I think I have it like tuned down on stream as is, but it's certainly too loud for me even. And I think even with turning it down, it's probably still a nudge too high. Oh, I can't. I have to go to volume mixer. Did I miss this? How old is this Astrophysics album? Oh, it's not an album. It's just occasional. I see. Occasional singles of this variety. I'm unfortunately, as with many games, totally unknowledgeable with the Rayman series. I'm gonna switch attacks. This is probably my least, I guess one I'm least interested in. Could I tune this up to like 1.25 speed and somehow it would help me, or is that just useless? How much less consistent would I be? I wonder. Would it be the same and just go by faster? That's what I hope. Okay, I'm gonna try it. You're just gonna have to believe. Helps with processing speed. That at least, right? And sometimes, like, seeing the bigger picture pattern and flow of an attack is easier at a higher speed and harder at a slower speed. Okay, I'm understanding the limitations. Just gotta calibrate it. Wow, this like feels exactly like the Kaizo Knight rhythm, nearly. I hate being caught up top. You never have to be up there. I guess it's a reason to actually stay more central and not too close to the edge. Hold on. I moved away from it and then back into it. When I just can't like read anything. It's because I give up mentally when I'm stuck up top. At least partially. Hesitated. If it was a no-hit run, it would be a different story. That's the thing, like, stakes to a certain level are helpful. Whoops. Well, I mean, I guess that is kind of a generalized concept where it's like... Well, no. I was thinking of the concept where, like, you need to be challenged the perfect amount to stay engaged in an activity. But that's not exactly this. There needs to be some amount of, like, risk of failure, of disappointment, of some magnitude in order to care about the present. People who trend towards procrastination and perfectionism, I think, are probably... I mean, this is complete talking out of my ass, but it at least makes sense to me that those type of people would be susceptible to this type of thing. And, yeah, that is definitely a person like me. Probably, in large part, explains why I do stuff like this. I can't exactly do precise dodges so well at the speed, but it trains the correct pathing and immediate proper reactions. Oh, really? I'll have to rewatch and see if I can, not now of course, but see if I can spot that. I doubt it would be that noticeable because I'm assuming you like competently dodged it, and that's, you know, it was in the no-hood run. I think I could do better. I could do better. We haven't seen the best I can do. I'm almost debating. Oh, it wasn't the. Oh, I misread. My bad. An A no-hit run. Got you. Oh, wait. Puff, I don't think you've seen this. Not that it's like that impressive or anything, but I did make a name and explanation portion. The turn count and the like explanation of how many turns is supposed to be right next to each other, but it's a little disorganized. But because it's such a mouthful and like way too long of a title, I'm just like, you know what, make up my own name. And I thought of a clever-ish name for it, so I'm like, that's what it's gonna be. Never-ending nightmare. True, I am secretly practicing the Kaizo rematch. That is true, Puff, but I think it's distinct, especially because I'm spelling it like, I think it's disconnected or disjointed enough. And I will still, I think, include like a long parentheses portion in briefest terms explaining what matters for the challenge after the, like, you know, main title part at the front. So it'll be clear that it's like a vanilla game thing. Oh, the turn count does not exist, but I have been incrementing it. It's back. Oh, I'm at 10. Real? Whew. Now I did the math. It is 248 turns, including the, like, night glows a strange color turn, and nothing happens. Okay, I'm gonna switch it back to normal speed. I think I have achieved whatever gains I may have. See what this feels like. It is crazy, but the funny, like, it is like exactly an hour. It's exactly times 3 the... Oh my goodness. Like, all crits. Wood blade only. Because that was 20 minutes. And then to do minimum damage without Chapter 1 stats was going to be 40 minutes. And then add Chapter 1 stats, it's another 20 minutes. Why is it so perfect? Why does the math work out so well? It makes me very happy. And then an hour, just a round hour. It's just too perfect for me not to have been tempted. Oh, slow motion. Holy slow-mo. Jeez. Is this real? Ooh, okay. I say that, but then sometimes it's still tight, and that's scary. If you just take the best route and make the best choice every single time, it'll never be uncomfy. That is unrealistic. If I was more willing to let myself be backed up into the fading away teeth, I could make a lot more situations comfy. I just don't want questions in the comments for, like, why were you getting hit by that bullet? Like, you got the box expanded back into that bullet and you clearly were inside of it and didn't take damage. Like, I don't know. I have avoided taking advantage of that for so long just for that reason that at this point it's whatever. And it hardly really matters. Everything's dodgeable if you assume you're gonna get hit in situations like that anyways. I kind of hate that I'm, like, so bothered by, like, potential questions or claims of cheating. I mean, it's unavoidable. You're gonna have a scenario where there's an example of leniency, like two-way leniency of the soul and the hitbox of whatever bullet, and they're like, you clearly got touched by that, so what was that? The best thing is probably to care very little and not take it seriously. That is not my default reaction yet. Or did I say that right? Whatever. Oh, I heard Flowey. Isn't it funny how random commenter proved Enox was cheating? I know. Cheated everything. I'll catch up with chat after the streak dies. Feel like I can make it the whole way. If I just stay locked. Successfully avoid the lockpicking lawyer. That was clean. Top to bottom right there. I don't know if I just incremented. If anybody noticed, tell me. Otherwise, I can do one more. I need to look at the keyboard when I increment. Didn't. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think I just pressed one by accident. I definitely pressed the right key. Okay, look at the fucking keyboard. Not now, though. Clinch every time up top. Oh, what are you doing? It's fine. I don't even know. Is that the farthest I made it before? I haven't kept PB track, but crossing was risky as hell there. Maybe it is best for me to just get used to dodging everywhere and not having a bias. Oh, I'm gonna catch up on chat real quick. That was good. That was good. Hello and thank you, Detective Spoods. Stream every single no hit live with keyboard cam and keyboard sounds and face cam, and I've still gotten accusation. Yeah, I mean, you just wonder how serious is it really. You did 1.5 speed flower. You got the slow-mo? Yeah. True. The fact that I could just read the messages out loud instead of like the way there's different ways of reacting to messages. I'll just read it. I love the idea that we're so good at this game that accusations are inevitable, even with insurmountable proof of legitimacy. It's true. I guess it is flattering. I just wish I knew how serious the person was. Because then if I knew what I was working with, I could cater my reply, but because it's like unknowable, I just don't know how to respond besides just being like, what? Okay. Because if you were knowledgeable about the game, like, I'm like, well, how do people care enough? Clearly, if they don't have like base knowledge about the game that they're saying this, why, what's the, I don't know. I can't relate. Okay. Let's do stars. Let's take a break from the next attack. They own an arcade and there's no way I can dodge with such precision. Okay. I mean, I wish depends on what arcade machine. I wish I had one, but yeah, I mean, you're not using a arcade knob on a like 20, 30 hertz or whatever experience. Yeah, that's not the same. No, for real. People outside of the West are ridiculous. They're way more ridiculous at games, like, on average. Yeah, it's true. It's like an opportunity to brag and then feel like holier than thou, higher than, for made up reason. I guess a lot of comments really are driven by like people's personal issues unconsciously like leaking out. And I know that's like a cliche concept, but I think it is just the case. Okay. Tighten all the claws in the claw machines. Oh, like so that moving them is easier to be precise with, because they're like, they notoriously like slide and don't stop. I haven't engaged with like real life arcades too much. Whenever I go to some like modern arcade, I just like, I want to lock it in on the Flappy Bird. I don't know, I forget what it's actually called. But I always usually get the high score, or always usually. I pretty much always, if I spend at least 20 minutes at the machine, will get it. That's like the problem is I gotta get on my knees, and like it starts getting uncomfortable after a while. And then I start getting self-conscious when a kid is watching, and like I worry that they want to play, and I'm like, God damn it, I'm hogging the thing. I don't. I do just walk away. Like if someone is watching, like I don't know. Maybe I could talk to the people around me. That's probably a good strat. Should employ that one. Well, usually I'm not by myself. I'm like with friends, so I'm like, let's go see what other people are doing. I find an excuse for the avoidance. Till the end of the night, because they will lose. Honestly probably for the best Flappy Bird got deleted, because if it wasn't, I would probably still be playing it, unless I got like a 5,000 high score, and then it would just take way too long for me to ever break it. But really, the ergonomics and just getting physically uncomfortable is what makes me lose. Oh wait, this is a lock-in song. Not the most comfy dodge. Not because of the pattern, but because of me. What's the way again? Did you say stars? Yikes, yikes, yikes. No worries, Puff. Much appreciated. You taking a little extra time and hanging out. Thank you so much, man. Have a good night, bro. I feel like I have to relearn every attack every day. I'm not convinced by my methods. Okay, I might be remembering. Start in a corner, go vertically as long as you can, and then in a straight line as long as you can horizontal. You can transpose into like a diagonal if necessary, and wrap that way. So, okay, the rhythms come back. What was that dodge? Thank you, item crafting. Hope you had an enjoyable stream. Well, scuffed, but that works. There's just nuances to every seed of RNG for how you need to handle it for maximum comfort. Whoops. I'm gonna turn the stuff back down. Okay. No, absolutely, this boss is tough before being able to practice it a boatload as I have. I hope you had fun though. To me, there's enchanting aura to it all, especially when it was fresh. needed to cut through. Okay. I think this black pill is so hard to swallow that there's just no generalized method of dodging that will trivialize every pattern. I feel like I've said this like at least a dozen times. There's things you can do that work a lot of the time, and you can just adjust the rate at which you go around the box or adjust the closeness to the perimeter that you go around the box in. But even still, it's best to react to the pattern as it is in some unconscious way that isn't forcing a predetermined or pre-decided pattern. Oh, it's just so hard to do that at this point. There is a concept that I've thought of, which is like outlining the bullets, at least vaguely, before they turn red. Or like, as they start to turn red. Outlining on the left side, primarily. I have tried X only on the red part, and I haven't tried it for very long, but it did seem promising in a way, but even that, I don't think... Well, that requires you to react, like, in the moment. I don't know if you can always, like... I think it would be good for experience. I just worry that once I try it in a run, it's going to feel different and too scary. There are certainly patterns, though, where... Maybe even most patterns, where you need to stop holding X quite soon in order to not get trapped. It does seem to make things simpler a lot of the time, though. So maybe I should try it longer. And there I didn't really like it, but you could sort of blame that on me. Like, maybe if I start further left still. No, don't hug the wall. Like, if I know nothing is on the exact y-axis as me, I almost can just go in a straight line. But that's not a possible strategy to figure out. I have thought, though, going from bottom left to top right. Is that promising? Is this something I slept on and forgot? I've definitely done this before, but I think I wrote it off. Maybe for good reason. This could be done in the top of the box. There's still like surprises that can pop up though. Maybe there's little things I can do to make it better. It's hard for me to really commit all the way to a generalized strategy. Hey, welcome back, Ego. Let me try starting from like third or a quarter of the way from the left of the box and doing slow soul stuff. Like that pattern lent itself to it quite well. Those rando. Yeah, it's just... I mean, it's not exactly random, it's just when there is... I mean, it sometimes is. Like, something that was aiming at you, like, a couple seconds ago that ends up being exactly where you end up later. But a lot of the time, it's just a bullet that is in direct line with the path that you're taking. And I tend to not really look out for that. That's why, to me, the best thing, and I'm like hardly trying to fully dodge anymore. I'm still like rethinking everything. The best thing for me is to try and circle the box in different ways depending on like the pattern. And getting used to like trying to spread everything out to where it's way harder to get caught out is the hope. Wait, really? I pressed a different number. Can you go in a diamond shape from around the middle every time? Does that work? Does that work ever? That seems scary. That probably was not safe. You can't do the same thing every time. You just cannot. And it's very difficult to understand why and what you might need to do different. So dodgeable. I just didn't think something was aiming right there somehow. Maybe I could make my, instead of getting like trapped in the bottom right corner, I might just be narrowing my vision, and there's ways to like cut through safely a lot of the time. Back to the left side. I've definitely avoided doing that. Okay, that felt comfortable actually, dodging in reverse. Forcing it the other way would have been terrible. My thought is it's really hard to get caught out if you do like a rushed wide round of the box. Keeping your eyes peeled on that left side stuff. Thank you, Toho. That was dumb as fuck. On my part. So was that, but there was space. It would require a bit of luck, but I don't know what the regular holding X turn length was. No, or the holding X no hit. I don't think it was all attacks. The tension between wanting to like stay idle as long as possible so that things target the same useless spot versus the necessity sometimes of needing to circle around the box, but then also sometimes the pattern not lending itself well to either strategy, finding the in-between, once again, the in-between. I'm stuck in some situations where I doubt that I made the right choice and know there was a different way. Like in hindsight, immediately I'm like, there was a different way I could have done it. But once you make your movement choice, you're locked in, and it's hard for me to let go of it and think productively. typical 7 turn. Climbing and wrapping around the pattern are like the only, but like inch moving a lot in an arbitrary specific way per pattern. It's the only, those are the only productive thoughts that like make this somewhat comfortable and make sense. Not foolproof, but anything concrete, nah, it's just more vague, abstract ideas. I actually didn't see what I got hit by. I really thought there was a easy gap there. Saw that coming, and for some reason I think I was looking forward, worried about bullets being ahead of that, even though that was the frontmost bullet. Look wider. Stop leaning in. Helps a lot to not do that. simply being more aware of when stuff is turning red. Sounds like an obvious concept, but genuinely helping so much. Like, I wasn't I wasn't making such a point to do that specifically. What? What did I get hit by? The blast of the star, even though I was on the outside of the... Is it the bigger it is, like, can still hit you outside of its outline? Is that a concept that I haven't, like, fully realized? Because most stars cannot hurt you outside of their outline when they explode. I have vaguely, like, remembered to be, like, extra careful around the big ones. Is that the reason why? The long-forgotten reason? That was so dodgeable. I decided to go, like, stick it left for no reason. The trusty right corner, or bottom right corner would have been just fine. That was, I just needed to hold down longer, but I didn't like the dodge, so I, like, gave up for no reason. Or I didn't actually dodge it. Pressed the button by accident. It's already almost 9:30. Bull. Yeah, doing this just feels like it exposes my weakness and inconsistency on the attacks. I'm definitely doing worse. I can not stop saying this though. I'm definitely doing worse than if I was dodging in an actual no-hit run where there was more pressure. Dodging in practice, like, I, like, get sloppy. I don't know. My heart is not fully in it. But all of this, I'm pretty sure, is the most useful thing I could be doing. Attempting clearly would be futile. I need some degree of revelation on every single attack to lock in exactly what I can let go of attempting to be conscious of and what exactly is beneficial to be more aware of. For this, seems like inch moving and being aware, well, ideally where you are as everything turns red and is targeting you, but it's really hard to keep track of all of that because there's so many bullets that are going on at once and a lot of different movements you got to do, so it's kind of impractical. But I mean, with enough time, I don't know if there's any other avenue for better comprehension. Wow. I absolutely despise that hit. Didn't try X dodging on this and not messing up the menuing. That didn't happen. Okay, good pattern. Alright, I mean, everything is possible holding X. The question is, how impossible is the ending part of Sword Tunnel holding X? This is definitely not dodgeable every time, I want to say. Unless there's always like a, at least like pixel perfect or near pixel perfect gap to get into. I mean, even getting that far is like, doesn't work. This is the main barrier. No, but actually, unironically, the worst thing. Was the original done with hold breath? Hold breath? I mean, what do you need? You need to get lucky 3 times. Whoops, 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 whoops. It's looking at chat. Fuck. It was done with hold breath. Oh, I'm pretty sure it can be done with that. The whole fight can probably be done without hold breath. Holding X. Oh. Because you can definitely just get good patterns. Took the victor 10 days. Huh. Yeah, I think all attacks holding X, no hold breath is possible. Just the luck it requires is maybe a bit much. And yes, the chapter 1 stats, that is for the... Ooh. For this challenge, that will be real once I'm done practicing. I mean, I don't know if I'll ever be done practicing, but I will start attempt at some point. Try final. Oh shit, wait, you're right. Final is probably impossible, actually. Or, wrong key. Also that, actually, that needs to be addressed. Hold on, first of all, do I even need to try final? It seemed like that might have been possible though. Well, no, it has to be possible because, or no, it was done with hold breath. It keeps ending so fast after they take damage. Oh! It is doable. What's the RNG requirement? I think it's at least sometimes possible. Okay, we did the spiral. Proof of concept there. Stay as close to the center as you can for as long as you can. You'll be pushed to the edge no matter what. Okay, okay, okay. This is possible. Stupidest thing ever, but it is. Fuck. I think I could have gone up maybe, but that I would have been going against the current there. Another grand luck night, no. Okay, the beginning actually isn't so bad. This garbage. I probably need to stay actually more in line. I think I'm too far down is my problem. No, for sure I'll attack. I would want to. I'm like more interested in this than 2 times speed. Look at how close you can be. That's crazy. Get down there. Yes! Yes! Oh, yeah. Ooh. That's really dumb. Is there some other attack that would be like extra problem? God, the amount of... No, the amount of luck required is actually nuts. You gotta get past 3 sword tunnels. It's not the tunnels, it's the sword strike afterwards. Okay, like, just be lucky enough to get cap like that, honestly. I mean, if that's possible, everything's possible. Tunnel 2? Tunnel 2 is 100%. I mean, I hold X the whole time usually. I mean, I guess the pattern is going to be, since I'm not on the left, maybe different. Like, what are the odds? Like, how worse are the odds that there's a gap you can get to fast enough? I picked the wrong thing. Whoops. What about pre-move to the right before the transition? True. Could that help? That's a good idea. Is it 2E? It is. Like, this part's doable. Holding X the whole time. I do that a lot of times anyways. But okay, there. If I could have went down there. But it is less likely, I think, that you get a close enough nice gap. Maybe it's more likely? I cannot quite tell on this. Just have to keep your eyes peeled. This might be the best one, though. I'm like, what am I forcing there? Let me try tunnel 3. Holding right towards the end, see if that helps whatsoever. Maybe. And no. Oh my god. Good enough. I don't know if it makes it... Does it make it... I'm not sure if I'm convinced it makes it more likely to be dodgeable. It might. Hey, nonsense. Unfortunately, I pretty much have to end now, but I'm extending this a little bit. Testing out no hold breath, holding X. Like how good of luck do you need to dodge each attack? You actually can dodge every attack with that. I just did a final attack in multi/3. Both pretty surprising and striking. But the sword strikes at the end of this kill me. Weird thought. Can like sticking it right, does that make for shorter distances on average? This would be a lot more doable on post-patch. So for, ooh, hold on. I forgot that the Steven carts give you the or the Steven areas give you the iron carts. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. Well, understandable. Tower of Ascension is a pretty major challenge in the game. And yeah, being on the right doesn't help either. Basically, nothing helps this. I guess there's an argument to be made though that holding right is better because, like, your starting movement, like, you're guaranteed to be moving, or you're almost guaranteed to be, like, moving in the right direction already. But it doesn't necessarily increase your odds of there being a good gap close enough. Tracking sword 3. Tracking swords is free. Well, all of them are free. Or wrong fucking way. Oh my god, I said it was... It is free. I just have very little health. And I need to not misread a sword. I'm not used to dodging it that way, so it was trippy. Movement speed normalized. It's supposed to be the same speed in all directions. Other than that, I'm not sure what you mean by normalized exactly. There we go. Although with hold breath, for some reason, moving right while holding X is faster. Have fun tining. Except when Jevil says no. But there's something Jevil can do. Or that's like inherent to the Jevil fight. Speaking of, world revolves around you. But tracking swords 2 is probably the harder one on this. Is it 2R? You have to choose the right. Hold on, let me just not die. Whoops. Spade circle on Spade circle 2 on Jubble gives Y out increased movement speed. Or gives you increased movement speed. Oh. That's interesting. You can sort of like float in the right direction for the most part and be okay on this. And it only requires like a little nudge in a direction here. So this isn't terrible, but I mean all attacks get a lot worse with this. Is there any like nice loadout that nearly guarantees exactly 15 turns, or I guess 16. Okay, technically 17 if we're counting the white turn, or like the night glows a strange color. I wish there was such a thing, whether it probably requires a lot of fine tuning to get that, and depends on your crit getting. Or maybe like you could do a strat with powerful Rude Busters only, and because that's such a big chunk of damage, like a certain loadout would make it exactly, it could make it pretty much exact, given it's at least 100 plus. Should be a large window is what I'm thinking, if you're like just relying on Rude Busters. But if you have the most powerful Susie and do Rude Buster every time, I don't know how fast it ends the turn. I guess the idea would be like dealing 100 damage per turn. What does that? Chapter 1 Susie. Do you even need to go that far? I don't know, I'm just imagining, but I don't have time to test. Okay, I really have to stop. Thank you for watching. I did not reach a single goal, and I think I only focused maybe a little bit more, if at all. This is probably what I'm going to keep doing until I get the itch to go back to Kaizenite Rouse. Have a good one, guys. Later.